Alright, so I just want to make a quick follow-up video to my gear bag video on actually when I said I modified the speed feed on the cheap $2.50 Gen X Global speed feed, where I cut off the small fingers. You can kind of see if I put it up closer, right where I cut off all the small fingers and just left the big ones. So this is the cheapest speed feed on the market, and we're going to do a little test versus the most expensive feed on the market. So I have a pot of paint, and we'll do a couple different tests on each. Alright, so our first test is just going to be a normal pod dump into the Spire Crown SF speed feed, which is the $40 speed feed. So let's try it out. Let's hope, hope I don't spill anything. Running no problem. A little shake will pop those fingers back up, and we are good to go. Alright, so the next test is going to be the same test we did on the Spire, but for the Rotor's modified $2.50 Gen X Global speed feed. So, open it up and let's give it a try. So I'll try to get this out of falling. So as you can see, there's a little bit on top. Nothing ridiculous. Actually, this is a bad paintball. Let me get rid of the bunch. But with a little bit of shaking, just like that, and you're pretty much fixes itself. So that's just minor shaking. But again, for $2.50, pretty darn good. So let's move on to the next test. Alright, so for this next test on the $40 Crown SF, I'm just going to drop different amounts of paint just right on the top. So I'll do a few where I just drop 1 ball, 2 where I drop 3 balls, and then 1 where I drop 6 balls, and we'll see how it holds up. So I'll put the 1 balls first. So I'll do it from about 3 inches up. And then this last one, I'll just lay it on there and see if it actually goes through, which it does. Here are the 3 balls at once. And I'll lay these ones on top. Falls right in. And we'll do 6. See if the increased amount for some reason causes anything to stick up, which I doubt it would, but give it a try. Nope, everything goes in. Alright. Alright, same test, but this time for the modified speed feed, the cheap one. Do 1 from about 3 inches up. Goes in. Goes in. Goes in. And we'll lay 1 on top. And the one on top did not go in, even with some shaking, not going in. But if you, maybe even from an inch, it goes right in. Do 3 now. 1 was left on top with the 3 when I dropped it from 3 inches. Okay, and looks like a little bit of shaking. We were all good. And then we'll just lay the 3 on top. And this time all 3 stuck on top. And finally, we'll do the 6. We'll do that from about just a little bit above. And 3 stayed on top with the 6 dropped. But nothing a little bit of shaking can't fix. Alright, so final test is just going to be an upside down shake test. So let's open up the pod. Dump it in. And we're going to shake it upside down and see if anything falls out. Obviously, nothing is going to come out whatsoever. Alright, so now we're going to try it on the cheaper Rotor speed feed, and so let's give it a try. So now let's turn it upside down. Now let's give it a little bit of shaking. Alright. So overall, did really well. Only 1 ball fell out of that. I was actually surprised. I was expecting a few more to come out. Alright, so my conclusion is I would say if you have a Spire and you're buying it used, try to get the Crown SF with it, because I don't think Gen X Global makes Spire speed feeds. I think you have to get the Crown SF. So I would definitely recommend that for the Spire, of course. But for the Rotor, they do make the Crown SF compatible for the Rotor and other speed feeds. But to be honest with you, if you cut off those small fingers like I said, I think this performs. I mean, if I shook it upside down, only dropped one ball, and the balls went in extremely well. So, so overall, I would say just get the $2.50 speed feed and take off the small fingers, and yeah, you should be set. And they offer it in tons of colors, so I mean, you can do whatever you want with that. Alright, so thanks for watching.